Welcome back into the GSMC Sports Podcast for our final segment of the day. I want to talk a little MLB. Haven't done so in a minute, so just talking about the biggest headlines in sports as we are recording this on Friday afternoon. We do have the second career game for Paul Skeens in the big leagues, and off to a pretty nice start where he struck out the entire side of Chicago. So after we wrap up here, of course, definitely tune into that game because should be really interesting to continue to monitor what Skeens does at the professional level. But on the note of another top prospect, we have Elly De La Cruz, who last night went 4 of 4 from the box, had 4 steals on every single one of those hits, and was able to score 3 runs himself. He's up to 30 stolen bases on the year. He's on pace for something along the lines of 100 to 110. So he just continues to develop. And, last year we saw him go in a little bit of a I don't know what you want to call it, maybe a slump. It wasn't like quite to drastic extent necessarily with De La Cruz, but this Reds team has tons of young potential, and we're seeing De La Cruz be able to put up big stats, hitting .277, has 9 home runs as well. So that combination of being able to hit, make contact, the power, and the speed that he has is really tremendous. Again, this team that I think is really coming along and maybe a little bit more disappointing than they were hoping for, I think in large part because of the fact that for all of the young talent that they have, doesn't seem like the pitching staff necessarily has the same level of juice, but wanted to highlight De La Cruz for the job that he's been doing. But there was also a couple pitcher stories that have come out in the past couple days. We will start with Ronel Blanco, who is the pitcher for the Houston Astros. He is the only player to throw a no-hitter so far, first quarter of the season, and he has just been suspended for using an illegal substance in his start against the Oakland Athletics on Tuesday. He's been suspended for 10 games. He is not appealing the suspension, but definitely just another sort of kick here for the Astros, who are maybe turning things around as things currently stand. Not quite as bad of a start, or not bad of a pace right now as what the start was, but they're sitting at 19-25, and I don't know how much more their pitching staff can really deal with these variety of different issues because of the fact that we've seen their bullpen really struggle to be consistent for them. They're still waiting on some injuries in the staff as well, and it's just very much concerning because Blanco has been just about their best starting pitcher to begin this season, and the fact that they're now going to be without him for the next 10 games is just, again, another low blow for this Houston staff as they are trying to overcome the situation surrounding them, but definitely not ideal here for the Astros. But also some pitching news. We have Emmett Sheehan, the starting pitcher for the LA Dodgers, who began this season on the IL. He is now officially ruled out for the remainder of the year because he is getting Tommy John surgery. He was projected to be the number 5 starter for the Dodgers coming into this year. He pitched his rookie season last year and he showed some promise, especially down the stretch of the season, but he was dealing with some forearm inflammation and shoulder soreness coming into this year, but now they are officially ruling him out for the rest of the year as he's going to need the Tommy John surgery. So super unfortunate. Again, this injury bug that is taking place with pitchers strikes again. Now, the Dodgers, despite the fact that they are dealing with a variety of different pitching injuries, they've been able to stay afloat. Bobby Miller, their promising young pitcher, he spent the past month on the injured list dealing with a shoulder soreness injury. He is expected back at least. He threw a couple simulated innings the other day on Wednesday, so should expect to see him back soon. Clayton Kershaw, for whatever he still can give the Dodgers. He's supposed to be some sort of a mid-season addition for them by the time that he comes back. Walker Buehler, after missing 22 months of baseball, he's at least finally back for the Dodgers. Now, he's been struggling early on for them. 7 1/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 2 walks, and 6 earned runs through his first 2 starts. So these are all players that they should hopefully have back and see improve, but Sheehan adds to this list of he, Dustin May, and Tony Gonsolin, all supposed to be top 5 guys in their rotation, are out for the rest of the year. But the offense has been massive for the Dodgers in this instance, and that's helping them lead to a top 5 record so far this season. And again, despite dealing with all these injuries, the pitchers too have been able to sort of hang in there and get the job done. It's Tyler Glasnow, of course, sort of leading the way for them, as well as the other 2 guys that they have added in the offseason, and Yamamoto, and a pretty solid performance so far from Gavin Stone, who has slid into that 5th spot for the Dodgers rotation with the absence of Sheehan, and he's been able to hold up so far in his performances so far this year. So definitely good to see from that perspective. But 22 quality starts out of the starting group here. They have the 4th lowest collective ERA in the major leagues as well. And of course, offensively, they have the top 3 killer lineup of Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman to help them carry their the offensive load as well. So Dodgers definitely don't have anything massive to worry about, but it is, of course, unfortunate that they just keep seeming to, even going back to last season, be dealing with these various situations regarding their pitchers that have definitely put a damper on the rotation, and yet here they are sort of cruising so far in the West, the NL West, I should say, are probably going to continue on that pace. But let me know if you have any thoughts on the Dodgers. But on that note, again, had to sort of go a little bit more rapid fire because we are out of time for the day. So thank you very much for tuning into the GSMC Sports Podcast. Thank you to the GSMC Sports Network for allowing us to host this show. We are live every 2 to 3 p.m. on weekdays, so we will be back on Monday. Remember to like, follow, subscribe wherever you keep up with us. Check us out on social media as well for more exclusive short content. But have a great weekend and take care. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to